I was channeling the collective reading for Wednesday, tomorrow, as of when this video is being posted. And when I got to the end of the extended version of that reading, the yin yang card came out, which is my number one card for twin flame connections. And I really wanted to create this video because the moment that card came out, I knew that it corresponded to a message that I had written in my journal earlier that day. You guys know that I like to do meditation sessions in the morning where I'm also channeling through writing. So I'm journaling, and then I like to sometimes cross-reference those notes in these reading videos. And what came through was what is now going to be the title of this video. And the message is, your twin flame is healing, and then in parentheses, don't intervene. So in this video, I want to dive deeper into this message because I'm picking up on a very specific group of twin flames who have been on this journey for a while. And I'm getting the word dormant. So for this group, you may have felt as though your connection was very dormant because things had felt very much the same for a while recently in the physical. And I say the same because there's this repetitiveness coming up, regardless of whether you had interaction in the past several months or years with your physical twin flame, or whether you were completely no contact, not seeing them at all. I'm getting that it felt like it was just more and more of the same. But lately, you've been feeling something a little bit different, and I'm getting that it's been very complex. And I want to reiterate that this reading will not be for everyone. Twin flames are on different waves and timelines, so there are many different splinters of collectives and groups, even within the umbrella of the twin flame term. So I am setting the intention that if this video finds you and it stands out to you and connects with your intuition, then maybe I can channel a message here to help to bring you some clarity. But of course, if it doesn't feel like it's connecting, it's not your message, and definitely just leave it here. So what I'm getting is you've been feeling really complicated because you've been picking up on this longing for either your twin flame or in general, this longing for a physically manifested divine union and partnership, whether that comes through your physical twin flame or through someone else, such as a high-level soulmate. But what I'm picking up is that there's a reason for this longing, this resurgence of a craving for connectedness, especially if at times the longing has been associated with your physical twin flame. I'm getting that for someone, you may have even noticed that you had experienced recently these glimpses or flashes, almost like windows of insight into either your twin flame's life, like you might feel like you are just sensing them so strongly. And for many of you, the signs and synchronicities with this person may have really faded out for a while. They may have gone very dormant for a long period of time where you didn't really see signs about them, or I'm hearing the telepathy with them may have stopped, like that natural bond between twin flames where you often hear each other's like thoughts or feel each other's energy. You may have not felt them in the same way for a really long time because that bond was dormant. And the reason it was dormant is because it seems in this scenario, your twin flame was caught in some sort of rut or some sort of repetitive loop that just kept kind of spinning around over and over again. And that's what led to this sensation of feeling as though you were getting more and more of the same because their energy was just continuously spiraling or looping in the same kind of fashion. So for a while, nothing was really changing in their energy field, and they were very dormant to the point where you may have thought that that was how it was going to be forever. But what I'm getting is lately something has changed, and it's started with this sensation of craving or longing for them, or suddenly catching glimpses of, you may even be getting glimpses of memories that the two of you shared together in the past, where suddenly you are feeling called back to these past moments that you may have shared that were deeply meaningful, and where you felt this bond of love between the two of you. And the fact that you're feeling this way is no coincidence, because as the title suggests, the title that I channeled through my meditation session today, your twin flame is going through a healing right now. And in fact, I'm picking up that this is the most profound healing or spiritual awakening. I really was unsure whether to title this video, Your Twin Flame is Awakening, or Your Twin Flame is Healing. But in the end, I think I've settled on healing, but it really feels like it could go either way, because both are definitely happening, and they're happening hand in hand. But this is the most profound healing that your twin flame has ever gone through. And it has happened through this container of isolation that they've been in, and through them finally getting tired of this mundane cycle that they've been traveling through over and over again. And it's a kind of healing that is cracking them open, but especially in their heart chakra. And it's causing this softness to emerge from them that is completely different from anything you've ever experienced from them. I'm hearing that you may have seen some of this in the beginning with this person, meaning when you first met or connected with your twin flame in the physical, they may have had this heart openness and this softness about them. But then later on, it's almost like they went cold, or they closed off their heart, or put walls up in certain ways, and then kept those walls up for a really long time. But you're going to start feeling as though that version of your twin flame that you fell in love with back then, the one who was heart open and soft in their heart chakra, is beginning to emerge all over again, either like in your thoughts or your memories. I mean, that's why you would be called back to those moments with them, to past memories where you may have interacted with that version of them, because that is the version of them that is breaking through, that is emerging through those cracks in their heart chakra. And I'm hearing that the cause of those cracks in their heart chakra was some kind of grief or loss. This could have just been in general, just emotionally, or maybe they literally lost certain things or people in their life that ultimately cracked their heart wide open. And the first thing, it's almost like someone awakening out of a coma or something, because this is a twin flame who started to awaken when the two of you met, and then put themselves back to sleep again. And that was that dormant, or like that comatose sort of state, where it's like they were so unlike themselves in that heart closed off state, so disconnected from their soul, from their true self, that you may have felt for months or years as though you were interacting with an entirely different person. And I feel that on your end, that did cause a lot of grieving and a lot of a sense of loss through that time, because you felt like you were grieving someone who was technically still there, but who you couldn't really reach because they had these walls up so strongly. And what I'm getting is that now their heart is being cracked open, and that version of them that you knew in the beginning is reemerging. And I'm seeing the wheel of fortune in my mind's eye, and I see this being like the wheel of fate between the two of you starting to turn in unexpectedly positive directions in very surprising ways. And yet the complicated layer is, while you're feeling the longing or the craving resurging for this person, you also have this deeper intuitive awareness that you are not supposed to be getting involved in the 3D with this process. And what I literally wrote in my journal is, it's very important that you do not intervene with this twin flames spiritual awakening process happening now. Leave it alone in the 3D. Do not step in. It's happening. But intervention creates reversion. You know this on a deeper intuitive level. And that's what I wrote down during my channeling session. And I feel that that is really the core message of the reading. And if this video has resonated with you so far, most likely this is something that you've already sensed or felt within yourself. But the purpose of this video may be to clarify or solidify or like confirm that knowing that you've already had within. So I do want to pull some cards on this situation as well for any of you who may be experiencing this. So I want to know specifically what is changing in this twin flame counterpart. What is shifting or changing? Okay, we have all tied up in the upright position. Envy in the upright position. Indecision. Angel of strength. Okay, so what I'm getting to start is all of the dynamics that have kept them so stagnant and in this dormant state for so long. So what I see is with the all tied up card, this is about them staying stuck in certain lower vibrational patterns, but I'm hearing willingly, like they willingly stayed stuck in certain patterns that on some level they knew were misaligned for them or were keeping them in this rut, but they didn't seem to have like the discipline or the will or the desire to rise above those patterns. It's almost like they were just submitting to their lower nature or like their base nature here. With the envy card, I'm getting this deep sense of unfulfillment and also seeing you move on without them. So you are coming up here as the angel of strength, as someone who through this whole twin flame situation has found your footing, found your confidence within yourself. And I'm hearing that it's been a very slow but worthwhile journey for you to this state of being so confident within yourself. It's really that confidence that is now providing the foundation and the support for everything that you are manifesting and doing in your life. For some reason, I'm hearing the words 10x, like 10xing something. Maybe you are in this phase where you're going to be like multiplying or 10xing your happiness, your wealth, your fulfillment, your success, your sense of confidence, whatever this is for you. I'm feeling you in this exponential growth period and this twin flame counterpart feeling left behind, feeling like they are left out of your life. And yet with the indecision card, only they could make the choice to rise with you. And for a while, they were in that state of, I'm hearing waffling back and forth. Like you may have literally seen this twin flame shape shift in a sense back and forth between this higher version of themselves that you may have caught glimpses of and then their lower version. Although I have to say, even as I was saying that, I feel that for some of you, this just went totally dormant for a while where like you weren't even seeing glimpses of that higher version of themselves, where they were just fully kind of giving in for a while to their lower nature, to their less conscious self. Yeah, with man holding a coin in the reverse position. But with broken heart in the reverse, yeah, I get that their heart now is healing. Like this healing we're describing in this reading is starting and really ending in their heart. It's all happening in the heart chakra here. And I want to know more about specifically what they are healing in their heart. I'm going to the traditional tarot for this. What is this twin flame healing in their heart? The World in the upright position. Strength in the reverse. The Three of Pentacles in the reverse. the King of Wands, and I feel like we have one more card here. The Ace of Cups. Okay, so what I see is that they went through some kind of period of time where they were feeling deeply inadequate. And for a while, they were in denial of this and didn't want to face it. This sense of inadequacy was amplified within them by seeing you in this state of confidence and really coming into your own. And so I feel for a while they didn't even want to face the fact that they were feeling a lack of confidence within themselves. But I'm getting that something pushed them into this vulnerability. And I'm getting that that is really what you were waiting for or looking for from this person that you weren't getting. It's like they weren't being true to you. They weren't being vulnerable about what they were really feeling and experiencing. I mean, the pain and the grief and the loss, all of that was there for them. But it's almost like they weren't being open about that with you. So you could sense that they were going through all of these things, but they were so closed off. And I'm getting that you never wanted this person to be perfect. You wanted them to be real. You craved that authenticity and that openness from them. And really, in all of your relationships and connections, that seems to be what you crave, that level of openness. I feel that you are drawn to those who are not afraid to face themselves and to be open and authentic. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It can be messy. It can be complicated, but you crave and feel drawn to that authenticity because it matches your own frequency of openness with yourself and with others, that authenticity that you naturally radiate. And that's what this person seemed to be resisting. They didn't want to be vulnerable because it would hurt their ego or like their false sense of confidence. But what I'm getting is they're overcoming that fear of being vulnerable. And I'm really curious what pushed them to do that. If it was one certain thing or just a series of things. The Sun, a desire for a new beginning, for a fresh start. It's almost like that desire for a fresh start, that desire to become the best version of themselves, finally overpowered their fears of getting vulnerable, their fears of facing what had been holding them back. And now as they're facing those things, I also see them really stepping up in their life with the King of Wands. This seems to be someone who is starting to take a lot of decisive action in their life, starting to take forward steps. And I'm hearing moving in silence. So they may move in silence without even necessarily letting you know or letting anyone know that they're making these moves, that they are taking initiative in their life. But because of the way that the two of you are interconnected spiritually and energetically, you are sensing this about them. You're sensing these positive shifts that they're making in their life. You're sensing that they're facing their fear of being vulnerable. And it's almost like they had this fear that opening up or being vulnerable would leave them exposed in such a way where they could be hurt or they could fail. And that's why they were avoiding healing that part of their heart, like opening that part of themselves. And I'm seeing someone like trying to pry open a door. And I feel that represents that for so long, it's almost like you tried to pry open this person's heart. You tried to get them to be more open, but they wouldn't budge. And it was really never your job to be doing that. And I feel you stopped expending energy trying to do that. And that may have somehow led to this disconnection between the two of you. But yeah, with carrying connections reversed, this left you feeling unsupported and unfulfilled, and as though your needs were not being met, especially your physical 3D romantic needs for like affection and care and support in the physical, because you can't really receive those things without true vulnerability and openness. It's just pure, cold, surface level action unless it comes with that heart openness and that willingness to be vulnerable. And that's what this person was missing, that you really couldn't pry out of them. Can I get any more information on this twin flame awakening? I got the yin yang card again in the upright position, showing that the connection between you is harmonizing and balancing because of many factors. But in this particular instance, it's balancing further because this twin flame counterpart is really beginning to take initiative, maybe secretly or quietly, but still in a way that you can feel energetically in their own life. We pulled the card Luminosity, and this is from one of my new decks. So I'm really curious. I didn't see a guidebook with this deck, so I'm going to look up the meaning. I'm going to see if I can search for the meaning. You are in a phase where your inner light is your greatest asset. You don't need to chase, push, or force. Your magnetism is what draws opportunities, love, and abundance to you. Your energy is your strategy. When you're lit up, everything flows. The lotus in her hand symbolizes rising from the mud and blooming. And I feel like in some cases, that may be what this connection is doing as well, that it may be rising from the mud, in a sense, rising from this state of being very weighted down, being very dormant and stagnant, to suddenly blooming into something new. Now, I am getting a message that what it blooms into is going to be new and different from anything that's bloomed here between the two of you in the past, but also that it's going to be very unique to you and to your intentions and your desires. I know that for some of you listening, you may desire a physical, traditional union with this twin flame or a full-blown reconnection. For others of you, you may not desire that. And whatever your desires are, those desires speak to what the highest timeline is for you personally. And it looks different from person to person. So I'm hearing to trust your desires, to trust what you want here, because it speaks to a very high vibrational timeline between the two of you that is accessible, whether that's simply working together in the higher realms but living separate lives, whether it's a full-blown conventional physical reunion or something in between. I do feel that regardless, there is this 5D higher union taking place in any case that is going to leave you feeling more balanced and supported by this connection, even in the energetic realms. I'm hearing you're going to get to a point where you're feeling the connectedness instead of the longing, because the energy is balancing out here. So instead of feeling this heaviness around this person or connection because of the ways that they are healing and taking initiative in their own life in positive ways, this is going to balance things out so that you are feeling more of a lightness here moving into the future, that you're feeling as though you're being supported by this bond, at least energetically, if not physically as well, for those of you who are manifesting this as a physical reconnection also. But in either case, the way that you experience this twin flame bond consciously and in your day-to-day life is going to be entirely shifting and changing. And I'm getting that this is coming at a time where you may have just thought that you were going to be forever stuck in like the same loop or feeling the same heaviness around this person forever. But I'm getting that it's now unexpectedly shifting. And again, if this video is for you, your intuition has been feeling that. So this is really just meant to confirm what you've already been sensing within yourself. I would love to know if you've been experiencing this, if you're part of this collective and you feel guided to share anything about your story, your situation, or what connected for you in the comments section. I really do love this sense of community that we're building here on YouTube. So thank you for being part of that. And if you do feel a kind of resonance with me or with my energy, then I would love for you to subscribe and join our soul family here on YouTube as well. Now, if you would like a tool to help you continue to shift the energy in this connection, I would recommend trying out my subliminal called Manifest Their Highest Self. This is a recent subliminal that I created and added to my subliminals app, which is called Sound and Soulful. It's available in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store, depending on your device type. The reason I recommend this is it's really meant to help you to align with the higher version, the highest version of everyone in your life. So it creates or helps you to create an energy around yourself through what you emanate through the subconscious mind, because subliminals work with the subconscious, but it causes you to emanate an energy that pulls out the higher aspects of others, the best, and the people that you meet or interact with. Essentially, they will feel like when they're around you, they are feeling more inspired. They're feeling more spiritually connected. They're feeling more like their higher self. And when you use this in the context of a specific person with the intention of shifting the energy in a specific connection, like in this twin flame connection, even at a distance, or if you're not in communication, when you hold that intention as you're listening or set that intention before listening to this subliminal, it will help you to manifest experiencing and connecting with the highest form of this person, the version of them that really is heart open and connecting with their own soul and their own highest potential. So if that is all resonating for you, or you're interested in trying that, you can try this subliminal free for 7 days by creating a free trial account in my app. And again, the name of the app is Sound and Soulful, so you can search for it in the app stores. But I will also leave a link that you can use to download it directly. And I will put that link under this video in the pinned comment and also in the description box as well. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this reading video here. If you would like to stay connected, you can follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. I also create my own channeled songs. I'm a singer-songwriter and I create and share my music on Spotify. So my artist name on Spotify is Songs by Infinity, and the link for that is under this video also. I think that's everything. I'm so curious to hear if this connected for you. I know that we went pretty deep into this specific twin flame thread of energy, so let me know if it resonates. But this message just came through so strongly in my meditation and really wanted to be shared tonight for someone. I wasn't even planning on coming on again to do another video, but yeah, this wanted to come through so strongly, and I wanted to share it with all of you. So I hope it reached you. If it's for you, I hope it confirmed something for you or brought some comfort along your path. And I am sending you so much love. As always, take care, have a beautiful day, and I will connect with you here again in the next video.